Hey guys, how's it going? It's Alice. Welcome back to my channel. I've got another voiceover for you. I know. I've just been really busy and I haven't really had time to sit down and film a new video. Oh yeah, and I kind of have bangs. I cut myself some half bangs. I don't know if I like them or not. But let's get into the tutorial. Okie dokie. I'm gonna start out with my favorite foundation, which is the Purelisse Perfect BB Cream in the shade Light. And I just squeeze that onto my face directly because it's kind of easier. And then buff in with a flat kabuki brush. This one's by Sigma. Next, I'm going to contour using the Kiko Milano Sculpting Touch contour stick. I use the shade 201, and I'm going to pop that on my cheekbones, a little on the forehead where my hairline is. For my nose contour, I do a little on the top and bottom, a little bit under where my brows begin. The jawline, don't forget the jawline, of course. And then finishing up the nose contour with two little lines on the side. I'm going to buff it in with a slightly smaller kabuki brush. Just blur those lines. You don't want to overblend your cream contour or else your whole face is going to look muddy. Now we're going to bring some lightness to the face by concealing. This is the Revolution Conceal and Define Infinite Longwear Concealer. Apparently you don't need to do that big triangle of concealer under your eyes anymore. So I just do right there in the inner corner where the bag starts, and then right on the outer corner of my eyelids. Teensy bit on the middle of the chin. And then you can really make your contour pop by adding just a quick line of concealer right in the hollows of your cheekbones, right under where you put your contour. I'm patting my concealer out with a makeup brush, just a foundation brush. I think this one's by ColourPop. Brow time. I'm going to go in with the KVD Brow Pomade in the shade Graphite. Start by drawing a line on the bottom of the brow. Just sketch it out. Next I draw the top, kind of like creating an outline. Fill in the middle part, and then when there's barely anything left on the brush, you're going to draw a few hair-like strokes in the front of the brow. And we do the same thing on the other eye. Try to get them to look symmetrical, but it's not the end of the world if they're not. Next, I'm just going to powder my face. My favorite powder is by Ciate. It is the Everyday Vacay setting powder. Set all of that kind of moist foundation and concealer and contour with the powder. Just helps it last longer and not transfer. For eyeshadow, I'm going to go in with this gorgeous palette right here. Pardon the cat hair. The packaging is of squishy velvet. It's really beautiful. But this is by Nomad Cosmetics. It's called the Orient Express eyeshadow palette. So I just patted the taupey kind of shade all over my lid. For different skin tones, you're just going to want to go with something that is a little darker than your skin tone. And just flop that all over the lid, on the crease, everywhere. And the lower lash line. Do not forget the lower lash line. I feel like it's so important to just make your eyes pop. Next, we're just going to jump right into the eyeliner. This is the best drugstore liquid eyeliner that I have found lately. It is by Wet n Wild. It's the breakup proof, waterproof liquid eyeliner, and I had to hunker down for this. Because we're not using very much eyeshadow, I really wanted to make the liner look very crisp and perfect. I start at the inner corner and drag and just fill in the initial line. And as you can see, I'm not going along my lashes because I feel like when you do that, you end up with a very bumpy line. So I draw a nice crisp line right above the eyelashes, and then I fill in that space underneath. For the tail, I'm looking down into a mirror and just draw a diagonal line straight up from your lower lash line. Kind of like the eyebrows, I'm drawing the shape that I want and then I fill in once I have that shape down. Like a coloring book. Fill in the lines. Same thing on the other eye. Makeup would be so much easier if we all only just had one eye. One big eye right in the middle. Then we wouldn't have to match. No matching eyebrows, no matching eyeliners. It would look a little weird if we were all cyclopses though. Okay, so now I'm adding a little inner corner action with my eyeliner. I need to zoom in next time. You can barely see shit. I'm sorry about that. So now going in with the red eyeshadow, as you can see in the pan, it looks very red, right? But when I put it on my eye, it ended up looking pink. But I kind of like how it ended up looking. I'm using a pretty small brush and I'm just patting that on the inner corner of my eye, on the top and bottom. So I want a little bit more of like a grungier kind of look, but if you don't want that, you could just keep it on the upper lid. You could probably do this step before your eyeliner too, technically. Once I've got the pigment patted down on the inner corner, I'm just gonna grab a fluffy brush and blend, 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 honey. We're not using any other colors here. I know I've been using like literally only 1 or 2 eyeshadow shades lately for my looks, and I think it's just so sick of like the overcomplicated tons and tons of eyeshadow looks. And see, it kind of just looks like an adorable like fuchsia, like red pink. Next, I'm just gonna curl my lashes, let's pop on some mascara and some falsies. This pair to be exact, they're huge and they fan outwards and get longer towards the outer corner, which is perfect for this cat eye look that I'm trying to go for here. Now, tip for applying falsies. Look down into your mirror and place the lash. Once the lash is placed, you're gonna secure the outer and inner corners. Try to get it as close to your natural lashes as possible. It is a little easier if you wait and let the lash glue get tacky first. How can you tell if it's tacky? You can kind of touch it a little bit with your finger and see if it's sticky. If it's wet and it's not sticking at all, it's not ready to be put on your lash. For blush and highlight, I'm using this adorable little pixie palette. It's called Sugar Blossom. The upper left quadrant for my blush and then the lower right for my highlight. I like a big tapered brush like this for my blush. I just feel like it's easier to control and you pick up more pigment with it. I think it's a highlighter brush technically, but it's perfect for blush. So just pop that on my cheeks, cheekbones, and a little bit on the top of my nose. I'm using a pretty similarly shaped brush for highlight actually, and just pop that on top of my cheekbones very liberally. This is such a nice natural looking highlight, so I really loaded it up. Alright, for lips, I'm grabbing NYX Liquid Suede in the shade Alien. I love this shade because it's like a super, super, super dark gray. Anyway, there's the finished vibe. Feel free to let me know what you think about the bangs. I will see you guys down in the comments and on my other socials. I love you. See you next time. Bye.